just like to set the tone of the show by saying that we were going to have a state representative on the show today to talk about, well, a whole range of subjects, some of which pertain to Bernie Sanders and the anti-corporate alternative left movement, which surrounds Bernie Sanders, which I hope prevails in the next election cycle. But that being said, that didn't happen, and now I'm at a loss for what to talk about specifically, but I did contact you two because I felt you might have a pretty decent contribution, as well as Jillian Treblecock, who also is a Bernie supporter, so I'll leave this all up to you. The ball is in your table, on your court, whatever.
Well, I mean, I think that I definitely have a controversial opinion, and that's something that I've dealt with a lot on the other side of, all the alternative media, because my opinion seems to be not the most popular, but I feel like that Trump is showing us. I'm not giving him a parade. I'm saying that the people that he's assigning to the cabinet, the bills that he's passing, the things that are going on are already happening. They are the people already running the show. He's pulling them forward, and I can't decide if it's a ha ha ha, fuck you, or if it's a, here people, take a look, now do what you will. Right? Because he's pulling them from the back to the front. All the people who have already, if you research these people that he's pulling into the cabinet, they have already financially been running these organizations. So why is he doing that? If he's such a bad guy, if he's connected to this and he's this and this and this, why is he actually showing the people who's running the show? Again, is it because it doesn't matter?
Showing the people, though, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I mean, he's trying to put them in charge, and I guess, yeah,
They're
really
already
is
in charge.
making it. Huh?
They're already in charge. See, this is where people are not seeing.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
He's trying to create a culture of dissent, and that's kind of why I wanted him to win the election, because I wasn't sure, and I'm still not sure. Is he doing this because he's, malevolent, or in some, is he, like you said, trying to make people aware of how corrupt their system is in the only way you can, which is what he's doing, bringing these people forward. I mean, hey, fuck it, man, they're already pulling the strings. At least this way it will be so obvious to the people that they'll have to revolt. They'll bring this motherfucker down. He'll burn the system down from the inside out.
Well, and here's the thing, though, is that maybe on some weird level that's exactly what needs to be done. And because,
exactly.
And that's where, in that weird way, I feel like, okay, it's exactly how we want it to be, but I think what he is showing us is exactly how it is. And so we have a choice.
Dude, oh my god, exactly. Oh man, I'm right there with you. I hear you. I'm there with you. Not a very popular opinion either.
And that's exactly right. I mean, I get, you can imagine being on Chuck's show and other places, I get bombarded with, that he's basically the devil and, all these other things. But again, perception, because when you start actually taking a look at who the Illuminati are and who they've put in our faces, we might want to take a look at maybe they're not the same, right? Because they're dangling the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Morgans. They give them to us. They show us.
But to bring it down to earth, Sherri, basically what we're saying is we're not supporting Trump. I don't support any candidate. I support me. You all know who I am. But I'm just saying that if you're trying to bring down the system, whether it's intentional or not, whether it's because Trump is a self-destructive psychopath or because he's a genius who knows exactly how to manipulate people into this kind of like freak-out mode where they're in right now, I think it's a tool which will be a means to an end. And that's where I stand.
Yeah, I'd like to hear what Harris has to
Yeah,
say
Harris,
about it.
Harris,
Yeah,
man,
jump
where's
in
that,
here, because
man? What the fuck?
I'd like to hear your point of view on this, because I'm imagining that it's maybe a little different than ours.
Yeah.
You would be correct on that variety, because I'm in the Republic of Ireland, and the politics is we're kind of watching what's happening over there. I think the whole world is watching. And my perspective would be where humanity is the next level for humanity. So there's a lot of these things happening. You got the Trump thing, leading the way. But it's the next step for humanity to actually see the clarity of those that they have put in power, to see how you could call it a child's play or whatever that is. Give me a second. My son came in.
Hi! Oh, he has a lot to say to us today.
No, I say hello to them. No, I did not vote for anyone yet. So it's the next level we're finding out truths that have always been there, and now it's coming to the forefront for more people to see this, so we can change and shift the energy of the earth, of humanity's game, which is already started. So this is all going with the flow of energy of change. And Trump, as a character, is a catalyst. I think I agree with you, Fox. That is pushing us to the next level. And whatever polarities he actually actualizes, positive, negative, those things will bring forth many things that are just hidden in the shadows for humanity. And people would want to change this, and they would do a lot of actions, but they would realize that it's by changing themselves first that all these things will happen. Because we are the humanity. A lot of people put people in authority, and they want them to make the changes. They want them to make the changes for themselves. If you guys excuse me for a second. Yeah, I just got back. Can you hear me?
We hear you great.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sherri, you were saying that the little kid had something to say to all this. It's humanity's play. We got to see it how it is. Everything has to come up, and we need to see this for those change to happen. So, and there's one very strong factor: we discovering our own power to choose, what we want to experience.
I think you just hit that. That is the biggest catalyst, in my opinion. That is what the goal is to actually get people to a point of where they can see that we are in manifestation. We are creators. When they say in the image of God, I don't think he fucked it up. Sorry, I don't think I don't think I'm supposed to use those two words together. But I'm just, he didn't. You're talking about a universal exchange. Somebody in creation, whether it be God or whatever you believe, they're not going to mess it up. They're not going to leave parts out. In the image of means exactly that. Like as we replicate our children. So all of these abilities and all of the things that have been suppressed within us, and the victimization is a trick.
Yeah, it's this empowerment trick, because of the other side, which is empowerment, is responsibility. We have the responsibility, so therefore we are the authority. And when you have full responsibility of everything that is happening to you, you are the authority. And so going into the victim side is losing that and saying, okay, someone else is doing something to me, or someone else has the power and authority. And we have the underlying choice. We are the ones saying that this is happening, so it would happen in that way.
That's right.
If we go to the other side, the empowerment side, that no, this is our responsibility. Oh, okay, I'm learning here. It's all me. It's all me. You have that power to actually resolve the situation. You cannot change what somebody else is doing, and by going there to hack them to beats physically. You just perpetrate the same thing. So you really got to go inwards. You got to go back to yourself. Take that responsibility for yourself. Take that choice. You got it. They've been teaching us that we didn't know we had this choice. A lot of people still don't know they have this choice. And that's the awakening process. We waking up to like, oh my God, I never thought of that. You get more consciousness in the mind space. Like, wow, I never thought of that. And we do have this power. We have this choice. And all these things are showing a lot of people. They're educating a lot of people. People who do not want to move. People who feel, I want other people to be authority because I just want to be in this small space and do these small things, if you call it that. But that's their experience as well. Now they have the choice if they want to take that power back. Some people will, some people will not. And that is just because you choose that. Now the only thing with the world, a lot of us, or a lot of people who are not awakened to this, they do not believe that they choose this. They do not believe they have the choice. Some people can mentally say, I know I have the choice, but when the situation comes up, they can't pick that up because they're used to not having the choice.
It's not just...
So,
see, I want to dive into that a little bit, if you don't mind, because it's my opinion, and people can take that for what it is. I study the cellular somatic system of the body. And what that is in my opinion, again, it is the Akashic record of the being. Everybody is always talking about the Akashic records and your energetic timelines and all of these things being on the outside. And in my opinion, again, it is on the inside. It is the cellular memory. Each cell within your being has a memory larger than any capacity of any computer, probably all of them put together on this planet. One cell.
yeah.
Right? So there's understanding that all of your lifetimes, all of everything you have experienced as a being, not just a human, not just a light being, not just this, your existence is in those records. It's in your cellular system. And one of the things that has happened with the indoctrination is that the generational hand down. So after a lie is told for so many generations, the lie becomes truth. And when things are left out for such a long period of time and people are not taught and they are suppressed and they are in sorrow, the lowest vibrations possible, they no longer expand. So it's not just about changing your mind. It's about diving into those places within yourself that are holding these traumas, these memories, these emotions, and letting them go, returning them back into the ether, letting them refunction, because once energy is in creation, it never goes away. It's not something that, oh, well, you die and then you get to come back and start fresh. That's a trick. You're carrying your Akashic records within your being, your DNA, your cellular structure, your spinal cord, all of it. So that's a big deal. When you start talking about people recreating the same thing because of their emotional ideas, or they can't seem to pull themselves out of the emotional structure, it is because it is held within their cellular being. And so as it's triggered, it comes up and it seems real. But it's just a memory. It's a memory of before, and we reenact, projecting out and pulling in and creating the reality. It's something simple, but has never been taught. It's been left out. And so mind, body, and soul, the body is just a vessel, they're saying. Bullshit. It's your vessel. It's your creation. It's your manifestation. It's your connection to this 3D reality, connecting into the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th dimensions, because you can't reach further than that in the third, in this physical reality. So the idea of us being sick or falling into the political puppetry, we just need to stand up and look down at what's happening. Watch the puppet show from above, like they're doing. Does that make any sense?
That is just wonderful. That's beautiful. Yes, I was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's exactly what we want humanity to hear, because there you go. You see, such as ourselves, if you want to put that we kind of live in this way, and we can see this higher perspective. It is beautiful for all of any humanity to share this, at least to have that choice, because some people have not heard it like that before. They don't know, they just don't go there because there's a lot of belief systems that you will have one. I fear what I don't understand, so don't go there. Why are you going there? So all this is, I'm just, that was wonderful. That was really clear. That was expansive. Thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. And I think that that's a lot of what this age is going to bring. I did a show last night, and the gentleman I was with is in a lot of fear about the feminine. He feels that as a man, and definitely as a black man, he feels that not only is the suppression real, but that as the feminine comes in, not only are the white man, the elite, and all of this being targeted, but anyone basically with a penis. And I had to really kind of think about that and really look at that, because my perception is so completely different. What I'm seeing is not a takeover. It's not women coming in as warriors. That's not how we are. It's bringing back in the balance that was lost. If you look at our planet, it's not that men suck. It's that it's out of balance. There's too much masculinity. There's too much ego. There's too much of all of these things that come from an easy testosterone fix. It's not about judgment. It's not about any of those things. It's about how we mechanically work as beings. And so if you start bringing in the balance and you start evening things out, then everyone can be in balance, and men can be men, and women can be women, and everyone and anything in between is okay. There's not so much confusion where you have men wanting to be women and women wanting to be men and this and that because they're not satisfied with whatever they're given. No more of that. The confusion, the scared, right? And not wanting, after lifetime of maybe being abused in certain ways, not wanting to be of that gender anymore. So coming into a lifetime being forced to be a gender and then spinning it out and creating chaos in our society. So it's taking a look at the whole picture of what it is as beings, as a society, as a community. What can we do to reel us in? What can we do to make things so that it's not so out of control? I think that's the question. We're not going to fix the government because we've created something that it doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be altered. It needs to be redone. On all levels, right? I mean, on all levels. If, like where you are and where I am, even though it's completely supposedly different, we both are experiencing the same thing. So obviously the same person is running the show somewhere. That's it. Who's running the show? Yeah. And it's not the puppets they're handing us. See, this is the grandest trick. Is you think about it. If you had unlimited resources, unlimited time, unlimited everything, and you could decide how you were going to do different things by manipulating a mass population, because it's easy. You would give them puppets. You would give them distractions. You would give them things to keep their minds busy so that they're not looking at what you're really doing. Keeping people in survival, keeping people scared with money, with guns, with war. It's perfect. They did it perfect.
You were talking about resolutions to this, and one resolution that could be generally accepted just keeps coming out, and it's the resolution of unplugging from that matrix, because we've tried everything as humanity, trying to resolve that matrix, trying to battle it, trying to different things, but there is this unplugging from that and going within to get your own power back from within and see how the outside changes, because the outside is just a reflection of your inside. And if all humans start doing that, it's going to be a big changes. Things just happen in front of you. because you have already done it from within. And this, they done mass meditations to see what the impact of the changes will be. You have thousands of people meditating at the same time, having the same intention. I think it was crime rates or something. And that effect, scientifically proven, it worked out. Crime rate reduced really, really low in that city. I don't know where it is, but you could Google that. And this is what we can do collectively. We got to go inside individually and clean out the inside and get that power back. And
That's right.
things will definitely change outside. Scientifically, we're knowing this, that outside is just a reflection of what's inside.
I
So
think
we
that's
have collectively created this outside, and we're experiencing it. And now to resolve this, we really got to get back to a power, and you got to go within.
I think you just hit the biggest key and the most confusing and scariest part for people. Because you're talking about taking responsibility for something that they have been told they're not responsible for. Right? So like your whole life, you're basically told two things, at least how I grew up, is there's only two things that you really have to do in life, and that's die and pay taxes. Right? I mean, that's really how our society is kind of set up in a weird way, is that there's certain structures that have been put into place, again, generation after generation, and it's not the government or these secret societies that are going to come in and rub it up your ass. It's your neighbor. It's your society, your churches, your organizations that are telling you what is and what is not acceptable, how to be socially acceptable. And when you start talking about disconnecting from the matrix, this is where my mind goes into like really deep stuff, because I'm not trying to disconnect. I'm learning to manipulate. We're in it. We live it. We are a part of it. We're not going to disconnect from it. We'll die.
I'll put a clarity to that. See, you're part of it. We're here to live it. We're here to extend it. We're here to all the things you mentioned, because that's why we came here. Now, you join in, and there is this energy, there is this way of doing things, and that is what you disconnect from, not the matrix itself, because
Ooh, yeah.
you're part of the energy creating the matrix. We can't do it without one of us. We're all everyone that is alive in humanity here. We are holding that matrix. Whatever you bring in makes an effect. It doesn't only make an effect on Earth, it makes an effect in the galaxy, in the universe. So
yes.
cleaning out that matrix, if you're trying to clean out that matrix from inside the matrix, you can do that for millions of years.
Right.
To clean out that matrix, you got to disconnect that part of it and get a new one from within, because remember, you're part of the matrix. You're not disconnecting from it.
Yes.
So when you go within, you don't have all the other, you're not in the collective, you're in your own light, and you're passing that light back to the collective. You're adding that clear version of your connection back in the matrix. So you're cleaning up the matrix. So that's the going within that I mean.
Yes.
So when you go within, you're not disconnecting, because you can't disconnect your share.
Right.
You're going within, so you're stopping all the beliefs and all the ways they told you how to do it. All those things, you're stopping it. You're just going back in and starting afresh from your side, and you're looking from your heart, intuition, what really resonates, and you become that freed version of humanity. And that freed version of humanity is now added to the matrix.
Yes.
By enhancing the matrix. This
Oh my
is what
God.
I mean.
Oh my God. You just, yes. So what is so I have the best bragging story. It's like, I do feel like I'm bragging when I'm telling it, but it's so phenomenal to me that I just have to tell you. So an example of this for me was, I have teenage daughters, and we only have one rule as a Wiccan, and that is to do no harm. Everything else is pretty much a free-for-all. So, as you can imagine, my house is somewhat chaotic, and sometimes they get in trouble. Like, not bad trouble, but they got a curfew ticket. Both of them actually got curfew tickets, which here in the state of Colorado is a $300 fine and a big deal. So, in fact, you can get charged with prostitution and it's cheaper, I'm just going to say. Anyway, I go into this kind of freak out thing because both my kids get them in the same weekend, which is just so off the chart because, we just don't really create that kind of stuff. But it happened, whatever reason. So we go to court, and basically I'm insane because I'm in the legal field, and I go in there and it's chaos in there, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, so I call the boss and I do cause kind of some crazy shit. We leave. She gets assigned like 16 hours of community service, whatever. Well, we only have a month to do it. It's Christmas. It's all this stuff. Court was yesterday, and I'm shitting because we haven't done anything. So the night before, I was getting ready to put motions together and do stuff for the case legally, and something just told me, no, don't do that. Don't do it. Get in and fix it within yourself. Like what you were saying, like I just went in and I really just asked for this, like I did the Ho'oponopono. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. Like just really going into those vibrations. We go to court the next morning. We have to be there at 8:30. We get there a few minutes late. I'm thinking, great. We go in. The DA looks at my daughter and goes, oh, okay, so see, you've already been here before, blah, 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 blah. We're just going to go ahead and dismiss this case. You can go see the judge.
That's what's up.
I about shit my fucking pants. I'm sorry. Seriously, I sat there. I didn't say a word. Like, my mouth, I wanted to say, are you kidding me? Like, she already pled guilty. Like, she already was sentenced. Anyway, I couldn't believe it. And they completely dismissed the case, and we walked out of there with nothing. No court caught, no nothing. That is tapping into the matrix.
That's creation.
Bam,
Yes.
baby. Like that, and I'm not saying that I have it. Like, oh, I know how to do it. I'm not going to say that at all. I'm just saying that it happened that time. And I'm coming to this place of where I am starting to look at the top and go, I don't have to play the game the way that they say. It doesn't, all these rules and all these things that they're putting into place, like you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this, you have to follow this to play the game, blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, fine. I don't want to play that game anymore, but I'm still going to participate in the way that I want to. That's the key for me. Is that I can still, I thought I had to separate completely from certain things. The truth is that I can just play it the way I want and they will separate from me. The vibrations are just amazing because as you rise your vibration, as you get to a place of where no matter what hits you, you can turn it around within yourself, all of a sudden the universe starts showing up for you that way. It's phenomenal. That is what we're here to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a big brag story because I just that was something that was to me like boom.
That is a wonderful story. That is because that helps the viewers to see something else. That's pointing to something else. What you did was you there's a certain way you used to do it, and you felt, look, it's not necessary. I'm just going to go inward. I'm just going to allow this.
Yes.
That's the unplugging from that matrix way, from that belief system. And you just went in and I will go in and I will do this the way it resonates with me. And you kind of created from within. You touched your feelings. You felt it. You did your little prayer for yourself, all the way that you did it. And you trusted that. You just stayed there. And that's how magic happens.
Oh,
and then
trust.
When you come out of there, you stay there, you leave it alone. You're not going, oh, is this gonna? No, it's done. You just accept it. It's done. It's fine. And then you come outside, you see this magic happening. And if you were doing that yourself with your physical, mental, or belief, the way you can never get that result.
Yes. Well, and yes. Oh, yes. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Things are already done. So magic, there's so many probabilities already flowing. It's already done. We're already here. Everything is already done. So if you allow it, if you just go within, connect to that and let it flow, it will show you wonders. But if you go into it and you tackle it, you are actually saying, hold on, I don't believe that it's already
Yep.
done. So let me try to do something. So you're recreating something else.
Oh my God.
And you get that, you don't get that result that the, let me call it, the universe, as for
Yes.
would give to you. You just get that minuscule thing that you're creating with the physical mind and just battling, and that's the result you get, because that's the energy you then become. So it's like you clogging that pathway. You're not allowing it to flow because you want to control the way it flows, and your mind is not as huge as the universe or your higher self.
That.
You cannot that way. That leverage, you cannot have it if you put your mind to it and you want to tackle it. You I don't want to use the word block, but you kind of restrict yourself
You do.
to get restrictive results. So if you let that go, and the key word here, what you did was acceptance and letting it go,
Yes.
allowing the flow to flow. And that's how you got your magic.
It was so, I mean, it was so profound. Like right now, I just started crying almost when you started saying that, because to me, it's like I really get that the universe does want to show up for us. God, whatever people want to call it. It's those blocks that you're talking about. It's the perceptions in our mind. It's the talk, the negative talk of ourselves, the belief that we don't deserve, or it's all a stream of these things that prevent us from actually experiencing the true essence of what we're capable of. And I guess my question would be to you is, like, I feel like I'm coming to a place of where I'm starting to see out of it. I'm not saying I'm at the awakened place or any of that kind of stuff, but I'm starting to see it. I don't see a lot of other people, and maybe I'm just not connected to them. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm just saying I don't see a lot of other people gaining the same, I guess, rapid information. Like, I'm starting to see things that if I tell people out loud, they probably would have me put into a white room, because the geometric shapes that people talk about in the flower of life, the seed of life, the tree of life, they are everywhere, all the time. And I'm starting to see them more and more, patterns in the sky, on the ground, everywhere. And now, at first I wasn't clear with the patterns. Now they're starting to become numbered. And that makes so much sense to me if you understand quantum, if you understand the dimensional levels, if you understand how our bodies and our mind, everything is so perfectly connected that it's almost as if the design could not have been, I mean, everything that you're talking about, everything, eyelashes, eyebrows keeping the sweat from going into your eyes, eyelashes keeping dirt from going into your eyes, your ears have these canals so that they blocks things off, you've got your throat, your air passages, all I mean, everything. You think about how intricate that is.
Talk about divine perfection.
Exactly. And so that is showing the capability of us, of our being, of our existence, of everything that we are. As within is without. Okay?
Yes. And you said something, you kind of can sense it. There's not, we're not that much, beings that are awakening into these. And, okay, we can say, while that is true, that is also reasons why we are here and we are talking about this. Because when you have an awakened being does not kind of tell people how to awaken. You can't, because it's an individual thing. An awakened being can only be awakened. And then that light shines, and others are attracted to that light. And look at these other human beings. What is here? This is mysterious, but I like it. And then they start getting the sense and the open consciousness to become that. You can learn a lot of stuff with the mind, but then how that transfers into a situation, something you could even teach people, but you get into the situation and you're not even using that. It doesn't ever appear to you because your energy is not there yet. You're not there yet. So people start seeing that they just got to leave it. They got to become that. But first of all, there is the information, knowledge, You want to have that. You want to be open to that, and then you start becoming this. So
Yes.
you're no longer learning about this. You just become it. You just live it, and that's a choice as well. A lot of us don't take that choice because there is the fear of the unknown. Oh my, are they gonna say I'm crazy? And all those things come up. But it takes us a while. We give ourselves processes and levels to get to that place where okay, there's nothing. You know what? I'm just gonna be. Because
I mean,
I
that
don't know
is,
enough, so I'm just gonna be
which
this.
sounds so simple when you're saying it, but it really is not. Like, I mean, it is, but it's not. I mean, it's
I like
almost,
that. I like that. Look at that. Okay, within ourselves, we got okay. When you shift towards the mind side and everything, it is very difficult. And because we have complications of the mind, that's how we created it. We wanted to experience so many things, and we kind of entangled a lot of things in that mind
yes.
perspective. But then when you move to the consciousness perspective, some would say your higher self, where you know everything is you and you are everything and everything is simple, where you can see it and you can see the simplicity of it. So we all
Yes.
have that in ourselves. Now, shifting, that is the key. That is where we want to help to give people information on how they can shift. First of all, for them to know that there's that part of them that could be just pure consciousness and they can just be it without anything or
Yes.
interference, And then there comes a lot of ways how you can stay there. So these have to be known to people. It's not some, okay, oh, I'm going to be like Buddha and then it's boring. No, no, no. My life is not boring at all. And I barely organize anything because I've seen myself, I've observed myself when I organize stuff. It's quite good, my mental. But then it's not as much as great as all my days as when I just allow universe or higher self, whatever, to organize it for me. And I do nothing. And it's in front of me. I'm like, whoa.
That isn't that like the so okay. This is another stupid story, and it's not a brag, but it's a stupid story because I quit my job. I've worked for the same law firm for 11 years, and right before Christmas, I quit my job. I have decided that I don't need to work. I know that that seems crazy to a lot of people, and everybody's kind of shitting their pants. I'm doing my life coaching, and I'm doing the shows, and I'm doing things. I'm doing it as it comes. I'm allowing the universe to show up for me. And it is a scary place, and sometimes I get into the fear. But after seeing how it can happen, if it doesn't happen, it's even okay. It's gonna happen. It's like I just keep saying to the universe, whatever crack is within me, find it. Find it. You find it. And bam. Because they want to show up for us, whatever that is, the angels, the gods, everything in the universe is about this essence of us all being all the time. So it's not like they're doing us a favor, they're doing themselves a favor, they're doing everybody, everything that we're connecting to and being in servitude. People want to take that into a place of being a slave, and that is so far from the truth. Being in servitude and understanding that the universe is serving you as the same is like the most dynamic, amazing feeling on the planet. To me.
Yes. Everything is put in front of you. There's always that. Everything is perfect in front of you. We are so taken care of. Uh, Now, the mind sometimes would not know this because it's not in the place to
Yes.
see it. We've given all the reasons why that is, but we want to put it out there that you are taken care of all the time. In every situation, there's always a light side. And to shift to that light side is going inward and knowing yourself from within. Look at your experiences. They taught you some things like, oh my God, look at how it happened. And then you started getting this balance, and then the fear started kind of reducing. Like, you're getting more trust with this. And that's what people will find out when they go into this. They start getting more confidence to go out there without the restrictions or but this, but that, but this.
Yes.
They,
See, that's where okay, so I feel like what happens is that when you allow the mind to tap into that cellular memory that I've been speaking about, it recreates the experiences the same, whether they're actually the same story, but they're the same vibration, right? So if somebody has this belief or has something about being alone, if they're fat, there's all these different programs that can be run. And it's almost like, to me, what I thought you had to do was to go back to the original seed. And it didn't matter what lifetime, because the cellular structure will tell you, right? You fall into the place where you're having the effects and you allow the emotional release, and usually it goes away. But what I'm finding is that recreating, instead of falling in, because the memories seem to reappear, because they're not just in one Akashic record, they're not just in one place, they're all over your body. So you could take lifetimes. That's what Scientology does, is they take you through all of your lifetimes and let you process through them. Well, to do that for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime is bullshit. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. So part of being reared an only child, I'm sure. Anyway, it's, in my mind, I can recreate it. So all the things that happened to me that were bad when I was a kid, instead of focusing on those now, I'm giving myself a new memory. I am making it how I want. And am I lying to myself? Am I tricking myself? Maybe. Who gives a shit? We're doing that all the time anyway. All this is a lie. All of this is a trick. All of it's bullshit. So why not make it the way I want it to? So now, instead of having the memories I have, I was a little princess and I got everything I wanted, and I got to travel all over the world, and boy, I got to see some great things. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
It's a choice of experience.
Yes. And just going into those places and allowing myself to refill the record. Right? Even if it's just in this lifetime. Because there's something to all of this, the generational hand-downs, because if you look at how certain things in certain families just get handed down and everybody's like, wow, they're cursed, they have bad luck. No. It's because it's what they're taught, like what you're saying. It's the teaching of your being. And it's what is, so when you're watching, before the front lobe of the brain is really kicked in and you're watching your parents, you're sucking all that in and making your belief system so that you can reproduce it. We need to do it different. We can do it different.
Guys,
Yes.
so, it's, 1:50, we're coming to the bottom of the first hour, and, wow. Holy shit, fuck. We have gone in a completely different direction, which is great, because that is why I do these shows. That is why I do them the way I do them so good. But in the next hour, as far as, yeah, that's good. That's great. I don't know what to do from here. We started out talking about Bernie Sanders, and we went into a whole different universe.
I didn't realize, Harris, I haven't met you before, so I didn't realize that we would connect like this.
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, this is great. You should.
This is great.
I'm enjoying it very much. In fact, we should end at this hour, if you don't mind, Fox, and we should continue this. I don't know if you can, Harris. We should continue this later at 4 or at 6.
Yeah.
Can we? Or no?
Okay, I have
yeah.
I have a meditation, quantum healing meditation happening in I think 15 minutes. That might be, I don't know if it's an hour or two.
Great.
So what time are you saying?
Okay, so it's okay, I gotta look at the time. I suck with time. Okay, so it's 11:51 here. And my show is at 4 o'clock, so it's in 4 hours and 8 minutes.
4 hours and 8 minutes. Yeah, I think I'm good.
So Fox is going to co-host with me on there. And then, yeah, let's do that.
Okay, and you're going to send a link to me?
Yes, well, Well, what
With,
it'll be is that you'll get a call in. I'll have to send you the producer's contact information. So I'll send you a contact request, and then I'll give you a contact request, and he'll send you one, accept his, and then he's the one who brings you into the queue, into the station.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. That is great. I'm so honored to be here, and this is just wonderful. And thank you guys. Thank you so much for everything.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on our show here at Anonymous Radio. And do you have a website?
Yeah, I do. Evolution from Within. I gotta get. I kind of spontaneously, just get into experiences. So when you said all that, I wasn't sure what was gonna happen. I just blanked my mind and just get there and enjoy. So I do have a website. I don't know how to call it out, but I know it's Evolution from Within. So the next time I'll probably give my information, but my full name is Harris Mamadou. I think a lot of people can check me on Facebook. You can contact me. Harris HARRIS Mamadou MOMODU. My Gmail is like that as well, harris.mamadou@gmail.com. So I have some blogs out there as well, but all that will come later, I think, now that I know what we're doing. So I'll get prepared for it. Now the mind is going to work, because this is the way I like it. When you leave everything to the true self, I call that the true self, that space of consciousness where we kind of originated from, versus whatever you call it. When you leave that, then the mind becomes someone that works for you. The mind serves you in the way that you are. And so I get into these places, so I see all what's happening right now, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to set time. So I'm creating my own time. I'm like, okay, now the mind can do these. You got to give that details. It's a beautiful way to function.
I love it, too, and this is going to be great. Where did you say you're at?
I am in the Republic of Ireland.
So the show is based in Ireland. This show is based in Ireland, just so you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's People's Internet Radio. I'll send you the link, but it's the people that run it are in Ireland.
Wonderful.
So it's actually 11 to something your time or whatever. So it has to be at 11. They don't give me before 11 because I cuss.
Oh. Okay.
So it's but it hits a lot of archives over there, and a lot of people listen to it over there. So that's great. This is going to be, it's so weird. I can't even believe, Fox, I can't believe you did this. Like, this is a grand connection that you just did.
Thank you.
You really did. Wow.
Wonderful synchronicity. Wow.
Listen, Harris, you should expect this from my show. I mean, we don't.
I'm shocked.
This is what we do. We're like no other show out there. I'm not trying to brag, but normally I'll just go through my contacts list and be like, okay, connected. This guy might go with that person. Like piecing together a puzzle, but I don't really have an idea as to where it's going because I don't want to. I don't like endings. I think opinions and beliefs are a trap. I try to stay as objective and random as possible and just see what comes out of it. It's a forum.
Ta-da! You did grand today. I really needed this conversation. It's I feel excited now about the show where I wasn't really before. So thank you again. This is awesome, rocking.
It's like an unraveling as opposed to a show,
I love that, and I can actually talk. I can actually have like this. Like I really, when you said quantum meditation, about shit, because that's something I've been studying quantum since I was 6 years old. My grandfather is a quantum physics. Anyway, there's this whole thing that's part of how my vision even works, and him trying to explain the different levels that I could always see, and the energy lines throughout the body. That's how I can tell if people are sick. I get a weird taste in my mouth. Anyway, there's all this stuff it's all there for everybody all the time, but it's tapping into these lines, the matrix that is created either by us, by them, by whatever the fuck. It's there. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You can do all my swearing for me. I'm so happy.
Oh, good. Yeah, I on other shows I try to limit it. Like I have Sunday's show, I'm actually on the FM, and so I can't cuss. I had them banned a few weeks ago for 24 hours. So I'm working on that.
That's great. I mean, I have a history with, because I'm a rapper. I'm a songwriter and stuff and whatever. And I write songs. And when I started in my early days, there would be a lot of Curse Words. You know, in 2002, it was
Oh
all.
yeah, yeah.
And then I started getting more audience, and I started, performing for kids. And it felt like, hey, what am I doing? You know, so I started looking into my lyrics, and and then going into radio shows, and you can't curse. Yeah, so I kind of created some kind of discipline towards it. But
Good.
when there's a free forum, like, I like that.
I do too. I enjoy it. We're gonna have fun. And get this. Guess what the name of my show is? Just guess. Elemental Evolution.
Ooh.
And if you think about the connection that we're talking about, to me, the elements are a huge part of what is the reason I say that. See, it's not like everybody else thinks. It's not because I'm a witch that I think the elements are so great. It's because they're consistent. They're always here. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Humans, species, whatever, come and go, whatever the fuck, fine. But the elements are always here.
It is such a huge power to have your perception, to perceive from that perspective.
Yes. And it allows me, I don't know, because I feel like they have their own existence. And so that's the manipulation. That's the magic. People think, oh, she's doing this or doing that. No, it's really connecting into those elements as they are a being instead of looking as them as separate from ourselves. So
wow.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I told you, I've been studying this since I was a kid because I'm a third generation witch, and then on top of it, my grandfather was like a freaking, at the time, thought of to be insane because he was using tone and quantum physics to heal people.
Oh, he's my new best friend. I'm a fan because I do that. I do exactly that.
That's what he started using, like, so he would put these he'd put these things on their fingers, like this machine that creates a vibration of a 528, and then which is the love vibration, in case you were wondering, Fox. Anyway, so he would vibrate them through love, and then he would put these headphones on him, and he would give affirmations over and over and over again, and take them through stories of their lifetime and different stuff. So it was healing them. And he's dead now. But that's the way I was reared. And for whatever reason, whether it was right, wrong, or indifferent, it opened up my mind to be able to understand what I think is maybe going on today. And I may have no idea, by the way. I'm just saying.
Wow. The elements, for me, I just say that's like going back to that base, and if you can handle it, if you can use that manipulation, if you're manipulating at that level, everything else you see is just, you're not really paying attention to it, because that's where it comes from. That's not going within. Yes. Similar to that, that's what it is, like going within, because when you do it from that place, everything else is just a show.
Exact. That's why I keep calling it a puppet show, and people think I'm talking about it. I mean, like, for me, it really is a puppet show, and sometimes it's grand, and sometimes I jump in. Don't get me wrong, but
oh yes,
but it's also it's still a show, and I know it, and I know that somehow it's just like the way, I get told all the time, oh my God, you look so young, you must be so healthy, and you must do this, and you must do that, blah blah blah. If people really knew, they would shit. Seriously, because I don't, like, right now I have a cold. I ended up getting sick because I did a lot of quantum work I probably overloaded my body, but anyway, and I hardly ever get sick. Like, this is the first time in like 4 years that I've actually had I stayed down for a day. There's reasoning, there's so much. Our bodies are maps. There's all of these things that are going on right now that, like I was telling you about those shapes that I'm seeing. Those are the quantum levels. That's how we move ourselves dimensionally. Anyway.
That is just bang on, as the Irish will say it. And I'm just recalling an experience that my person self would have gone through and seen those shapes. And I think I was under the influence of DMT.
Yes, yes.
So,
See, I
so
did DM. Oh my God, that's exactly. So here's how crazy that is. About a year ago, I did DMT, and the whole time I was like, "What the fuck? This is exactly what I see all the time." I felt no difference. It wasn't any different for me. I live in DMT, I guess.
yes, because that maybe the first time you did it, that just opened up that doorway, so you could
I've
perceive
lived that
that.
way. I've lived my whole
Yeah.
life like that. I was born that way. I've had it since
Oh,
I was born. Yeah, I didn't have something happen to me. You know, a lot of people have trauma or I was born this way. Like I have been able to see into people's bodies. I've been able to taste their illness. I've been able to do everything I've been able to do since I was born.
this is very, very great for people to share this because people can share humanity has this, which also means they can tap into that.
They
And
have
it
it.
also depends on resonance, interest, on what you're experiencing, what is that relevant for you. But the importance of it is that humanity knows that this exists. Look at you. You were actually born into it. You were born, you gave yourself that coming in,
Yeah.
and you have it. Myself, the experience that I got, what activated that in this life was, taking a substance, and then I could see that, and then now I got the code, and I could go there and kind of see that. So in many ways, people knowing there's so much attached to us as humanity. We are so great, and everyone is. It's not like this one is greater than the. No, we have
No,
the
everybody's
same
the same.
greatness.
And what's so funny to me, I guess, is that to me, I don't see it as a gift or a curse. It's just the way it is. And
Yep.
if everybody, I think it's not, everybody doesn't have the same. It's like your fingerprint and your perception, right? There's a reason that it's all different because everybody is doing it different. That's why I've never been able to find anybody who has the vision that I do. It's
And you would never find that. That's
no.
the variety of what we're doing. That is the
Yes.
variety. The differences you would never find that. So
Never.
it's just even if like what I said when I put in is that relevant, you can access it. So let's say someone else comes in and they have their own play. They have what they want to do. It's very different from everybody else's. So it cannot be as clear as yours. Now they can tap into yours, what you have, because we all, as humanity or all beings in existence, can tap into whatever.
Yes.
What is that relevant for them?
Would you say naturally that we would progress towards a more socialized order as a species? I mean, will we eventually reach the point where we can deal with each other
Yes,
and
because
like
we will
world
lose
peace and
judgment.
shit?
See, here's the thing, is when you come to a certain place of being able to see how everyone is just reacting or in a program or living out a life, you start to see that everyone is just experiencing whatever it is that they're supposed to experience, and it's nothing to do with you. It's not personal in any way, even if they're fucking you up. It's like, then all of a sudden, that's when you can really start to take responsibility and go, wait a second, what is in my vibration? Because we're magnets. So if shit keeps happening to you, you're calling to it. You may not be calling to what's coming. You're not begging for what's happening. I'm not saying, you're this victim of things. It's like you're vibrating in it, and so the vibrations that are out there that connect with that are going to come to you. And so it's like really just understanding that we have to come to a place within ourselves of recognizing if something triggers you, instead of it being about them, why is that bothering you? Why do I give a shit? Or why are they coming at me with those types of things? Why are they saying those things to me? What is it in me that believes that's true? Because if somebody comes at you and goes, "You're so fat and ugly, I can't stand you, you're a worthless piece of shit," somewhere inside of yourself you believe that. It's not true.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's true. It just means that somewhere someone has planted that seed in you, so you have to go in and say, you know what, reverse.
I just mean to say, on a personal level, but more to what we were discussing earlier on. How do we make strides forward towards, say, world peace?
I think I know I'm about to join the meditation, but I just have one last one about where the world is shifting to. You asked the question, are we going to get to that place where everyone understands this, and then humanity has harmony, and humanity accepts the differences, love the differences, and can work together? Are we going to get to that place? The answer that I would say is we are already there. That is, when I say we are already there, it already exists. It's right there. So one way or the other, we would shift to that as humanity, because humanity, the consciousness of humanity, is also playing. So it would love to play that. So now the question of time is not in what I'm revealing. The question of time, who knows? 300, nobody really cares. It's going to happen. So that's just to answer that question. You say, are we going to get there? Yes, definitely, because humanity would like to play that. So there will be a time where there will be that resolution within all individual beings, and we will play like that, because there are other worlds out there that already have this. And it's kind of like some worlds can be seen on a linear fashion as our future. So we're definitely going to get there. Now, to help all of us get there is those that are being there, showing their light and coming out and standing for, that this is my way. I know it's so different, but this is my way. I love it. It's beautiful. I have this light. You don't have to be it, but I am so happy I got this light. And other people start seeing their light. So that will take its process, but it will get there. But we just need to keep, when I say we and I say need, I don't like to use need, but we, as we know, we just need to keep putting it out there that this is us. This is us. Be yourself. Be free. Be free. Just be free from everything. Do what excites you. Resonate to it. Move towards it. Be yourself and say, this is me. I understand. Yeah, you don't like me, whatever. That's fine. But this is me. And with a smile. And everyone, at some point in time, there will be the liberation, and that we would be there. We will get there. So we will get to experience that. I just wanted to leave that before I go. It's been an honor being here with you beautiful beings, and I didn't know what the discussion would be, but this has been really, really, really exciting. So
thank you so much. Oh, yeah, thank you so much for coming on. This was great. Fox, thank you so much for putting this together. I really appreciate today. I needed this.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. So I'm going to log off now.
See you later.
And see you guys later. If you want to join the meditation afterwards, you can. After you finish, there's the link. And then I will see you later at 4.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for coming on the show today. And definitely, like I said, an unexpected experience, but that's why I do what I do. So it's good having you both on, definitely. And we will hear from you tonight on People's Internet Radio. People's Internet Radio, am I right, Sherri?
Yes, People's Internet Radio. It is 11 o'clock in Ireland, 4 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock where you are.
It's so cool. It's happening in Ireland. Yay!
It's rocking. I'm telling you, this is like divine, weird greatness.
Oh, we have Jillian. She's a little late.
Yeah, I'll talk to her though.
Hello, Jillian. I'll see you some other time as well.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I'm gonna hang it up until 6. So yeah, I will catch you guys later.
Ciao,
and,
guys.
Thank you.